defense. But that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a first and goal.
McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, Commanders.
And you can sense a little bit of optimism here. Things have not been going their way. But they get the turnover on the other end, and they turn right around and put a nice drive together. Then they finish it off with a strong run for their first touchdown of the game.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make our score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Here we go.
To throw now, here's Love. Short throw, he's got Kraft. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
That's good.
And now Love going to change things up.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Black Ultra.
Now a play fake here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And this one is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
45, right, red, cycle.
Love. That is caught. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field.
Matthew Golden as the first half is winding down. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll keep it on the ground again here.
And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
That's good for 28 yards.
This is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
On first down, this is Mmfl. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Got his man, Okonkwo. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Play action, now it's Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and a yard. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. Gano the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Here we go, set. 45, right.
Now Love. That's caught downfield. It's Golden. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Finds his receiver, Watson.
His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
To the air again, Love. This is caught at the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Blue, 32.
Here's Love. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Love wants to shift things around.
38. Drill green. Ready?
To throw again on 2nd down. Love. And he's got it. It's caught for the Packers. Touchdown. Matthew Golden, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it's in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Paul. But they had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown. But the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Throwing now is Daniels. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Pass the 60, pass the 60.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's more on the return. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Washington. Taken in at the 22. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Down. Hut, hut.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Ready, ready.
Throwing. Love. Catch made by Watson on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Set, hut.
Love looking to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Love now. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Red, red. Let's go now. Red, 30, come red. Slide through. Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw again. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
95. Ready?
Going back to Love. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Daniels looking to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Daniels going to throw for it. He'll try to do it himself. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Now Daniel's going to keep it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped. That flag, that'll push him back 5. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Cup 19, Cup 19, 2. 19 Lions.
Here's Daniels. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Javon Hargrave, the D-tackle, getting the sack.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. To the air goes Daniels. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And this is 4-down territory here. They know down 2 scores at this late stage, 10-yard passes aren't going to do it. So they took the shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Cougar 19. 70 Rangers. 70.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers are going to win this football game. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Come on, set, drill, green. Red, 38.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. 3rd and 19. Back to throw. Love. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Amos. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now Daniels. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got him in, complete. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Daniels going to try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
22.
So the onside kick will come with 17 seconds to play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep. Those types of things, now they've given it back.
That is intercepted. Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Back to throw. That's complete to McCaffrey. And they work this out past the 25. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone.
Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real. 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Real quick. 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real. 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Real quick.
Three. Dragon 60. Janet. Panther 60.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Packers, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.